Welcome, Diablo fans, demon hunters, and perverts that just come to see me. It's all good. We're all friends here. You're all welcome. I'll be talking about the Unhallowed Essence set dungeon today. I'm going to do a guide on how to do it step by step, what gear you need, what skills are optimal for this, and definitely going to show you how to do it as well and get that mastery achievement. This ain't just a set dungeon guide, this is a mastery set dungeon achievement guide. So, let's start with the gear first. Now, please note, this isn't a full Unhallowed Essence build guide. I'm not going to talk about how to maximize damage, how to, farm greater rifts, how to do speed farming, how to get, high-end greater rifts or anything like that. This is specifically on how to do the set dungeon and how to get your mastery achievement. If you're looking for the full build, I'll link it at the end of this video. It's also something I've just uploaded really recently. So if you haven't seen it already, check that out. If you're just here to see how to find out how the set dungeon is done, that's fine. We're going to get straight into it. First, you need 6 pieces of Unhallowed Essence. So the helm, the chest, the pants, the boots, the shoulders, and the gloves. Now, a lot of questions I get in the comments below, surprisingly. It's probably a new player, so it's all good. They ask me, why can't they access the set dungeon? It's because you must have the full piece set equipped. All pieces must be equipped, or if some sets have 7 pieces total, you just have to make sure that you can access the six set piece bonus there, I'm trying to say. So as you can see, we've got our 6 pieces equipped, so you must have your 6-piece set bonus active in order for the portal to open to the set dungeon. Alright, I hope that answers some questions for you. If you don't have them equipped, and if you're wondering where you get them from, just play the game. Do Nephilim rifts, greater rifts, bounties. Just kill enemies on the highest difficulty that you can possibly play, and you just have to keep on doing that, rinsing, repeating, and you'll eventually get your gear. So what you need, your 6 pieces that I've already mentioned. I'm using, and you don't have to, but I'm using Hellfire Amulet here, Wraps of Clarity, Focus and Restraint, the Witching Hour. You definitely want to use Yang's Recurve and Dead Man's Legacy. There's a bit of room for variation with everything else other than the set items, and then definitely the bow and the quiver. Rings, braces, amulet, belt, doesn't really matter, but this setup that I have here is definitely going to maximize your damage, and it's going to make everything a hell of a lot easier. If you haven't got everything, it's okay. Just, try a bit of variation and just experiment yourself, and you'll probably still get this achievement anyway. Just make sure you have your 6-piece set equipped, and also those 2, the weapon and the quiver there, will be definitely super handy. Let's get into skills. So we're using Evasive Fire with Focus, Multi-Shot with Arsenal, Vengeance with Seethe, Vault with Tumble, Preparation with Invigoration, which we're not going to really be using that much, and usually I have Companion here, but make sure you have no pets equipped for this. Reason being, the pets will kill enemies, and you don't want enemies to be killed when you're doing this. I'm going to talk about this, the objectives really soon. It's very difficult to get these objectives if the enemies die. One of them is you have to hit 20 enemies at once with your multi-shot 6 times. So if a pet is going around doing damage and killing enemies for you, you're missing out on that objective. You want to keep everything alive, group it up, and then boom, fire your multi-shot. That way nothing's killed enemies, they're all up and you hit them, because this can be difficult. It can be difficult, especially if your enemies are dying. So make sure that you don't have any companions equipped. I'm using Smokescreen with Displacement just for a bit of speed increasing when I need it. The passives I'm using Ambush, Thrill of the Hunt, Color of the Week, and Tactical Advantage. Make sure you use Tactical Advantage because it'll give you a speed increase. And this is quite a big set dungeon, so once we get those main objectives completed, the primary objectives, then it's a race against time to kill every enemy before time runs out. So time is against us here, and movement speed increases are definitely going to help, especially once we get those primary objectives done. Okay, so make sure you do that. The second really important thing you need to remember is do not have a follower equipped. Make sure you dismiss your follower here in the corner. Again, reason being, the followers do damage. We need to keep our enemies alive. They must be alive because this primary achievement where we have to hit multi-shot with 20 enemies at once, it's going to be difficult if they're getting killed by other sources. So, no pets, very important, no follower equipped. Period. Just keep that in mind, use this setup. Now, I'll quickly go through, I won't go through Paragon points, they're pretty self-explanatory, or should I? Alright, I'll go through it really quickly. You want to have definitely a 25% cap movement speed increase. So if your set items don't have any movement speed increases, 25% here in your paragons, and then bang, everything else you might have into dexterity. Offense, you want to be cooldown reduction first, critical hit chance, critical hit damage, and attack speed in that order, but you want to pretty much level out critical hit chance and critical hit damage and level them up together, keep them pretty closely, and then lastly into attack speed. Defense, you want to start with resist all, armor, life regen. Utility, definitely want to go life per hit first. Resource cost reduction and area damage, followed by gold find last of all. So that covers off of that. Last thing I'll talk about is the Canonized Cube. That way I've covered everything, because not all of you watch all of my videos. Like, I feel like I'm repeating myself because I've already completed a build guide for the Unhallowed Essence set, but some of you are just here for the set dungeon guide, so I'm just explaining everything again. The weapon we're using, in the weapon slot, sorry, in Canonized Cube, we're using Dawn, the armor slot, Visage of Goons, the jewelry slot, Convention of Elements. Alright, so double check. No pets active, and definitely no follower active. We're good to go. So you want to click on your waypoint here, and we want to go over to Act 2. Now we've got to get to the set dungeon. After that, it's so easy, so easy. So where are we now? We want to go to the Howling Plateau here, alright? Act 2, Howling Plateau. Ooh. And we will be attacked on our way here, but guess what? We're a demon hunter. We're pretty powerful. We're going to kill shit. So, the set dungeon portal is right there. Now, one last thing I'll mention is we have Vengeance over here in our skills. Where is it? Over here. So with Vengeance, it's very important. Do not actually use Vengeance as we're trying to get our primary objectives. You want to use this at the end after you get your primary objectives completed, and that way, because with Vengeance, when you vault, you actually do damage and you might kill enemies and we won't get our objectives. It'll make it harder. So don't use it at all. We're just going to be using vaults. We're going to be using smoke screen when necessary as well, and then multi-shot to try and get that primary objective, which we're going to go through in a second, and evasive fire just to regenerate our hatred. That's it. Don't use Vengeance until the very end. Now let's have a look at the objectives here that I was talking about. So, primary objectives. Hit 20 enemies with a single shot of multi-shot 6 times. So we've got to get 6 different packs with at least 20, and then shoot multi-shot once. And we have to make sure that we clip 20 enemies. It's probably easier than it sounds. It can be challenging, and each of these set dungeons enemies spawn randomly. So sometimes there'll be nice packs with groups of 30 there, sometimes there won't be many. You got to group them up yourself. It's random, but generally pretty easy, and you do have to sometimes group them up together to make sure that you have at least 20 there. The second primary objective, never drop below 50% discipline. Super easy. Like, we're not going to be spamming smoke screen or anything that requires discipline, but just keep an eye on it just in case. Do not spam anything that requires discipline, including vault, but we should be okay. Alright, so remember, save Vengeance for last. We're going to make sure that we get that 20 enemies with a single multi-shot 6 times, and then after that we just hightail it. We activate Vengeance, we just go like say hello to my little friends Tony Montana style, and just try and get through this set dungeon as quickly as possible before time runs out. It is quite large, so you definitely want to hightail it once you get that main primary objective, which is the hardest there to achieve. So I've babbled enough, I've explained everything in great detail. Now you got to watch me do it. Just pay attention to the skills that I'm using and how I group up enemies, and then after that you just hightail it, make sure you kill everything. Also, important note, make sure you uncover all the dark spots, because sometimes there can be an enemy lingering around, and the last thing you want is to run around the map with like 10 seconds left to go, everything's done, and you can't find one enemy. And guess what? If you don't find that one enemy, you don't get your mastery achievement. So let's go get our mastery achievement. Let me know how you all go. And don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and a comment below if this was useful. Let's go! And straight up, vault, get that movement speed increase, and Nice pack to start with. 29. Beautiful. See, that doesn't happen all the time. Believe me. Let's have a look over here. So there's definitely not 20. Oh, there's another. Nah, not quite. We won't get 20 here either, I don't think. Let's just kill them. So don't waste too much time trying to group up enemies if it's not a big pack. There's no point. There'll be plenty of opportunities, especially down here in these little downstairs parts. If it's just a small group, just kill them and keep moving. There will be a lot of opportunities for you to group up enemies. Usually down here, when you go downstairs, there's a couple sections like this. So look how many. And what we do is we run around, vault around, be careful not to die. And we make sure that we get 20. I can't tell you how many times I've done this set dungeon only to get like 19 enemies hit with multi-shot. It's very annoying. Especially when it happens like 2-3 times in a row. Boom, boom, 24. So that's 2 down, 4 more to go. And we just kill these remaining. So like I said, make sure you go for a nice wander. Make sure there's no enemies lurking around that survived in a corner somewhere. And let's have a look. No, it doesn't look like a big pack here. Sweet revenge. But yeah, the enemy is definitely... Look, one there. Imagine we missed him. Oh, I nearly did. Enemies spawn randomly here. Sometimes you get like some really nice big groups. Well, let's see if I can group them over here. See, sometimes you can get 2, maybe even 3 20 plus shots like down here in this downstairs part. There's so many enemies. I think one time years ago when I first did this set dungeon, I think I got like 2 or 3 20 plus shots down here. Boom! 31. Now I'm gonna have to go back here because remember those enemies? Like, see, if you forgot about them, it'll come back to haunt you at the end. But I remembered that I was gonna group them up. So potentially, like, you don't want to... We could have got those 20 plus shots 2 or 3 times down there, but you don't want to waste too much time grouping up the enemies either. You'll have a lot of opportunities to get those 6 20 shots, 20 single multi-shot achievements. Over here I'm going to group them up a bit though, because I think I can get it here. Yeah, definitely. And they're very stubborn, these spiders. They don't want to really move. 29. That was just a taste. So, we're going well so far. What was another... This could be another one. Could it? It could be. Come on, a bit more. Yeah, I think we got this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 26, nice. So make sure you always sort of backtrack a little bit if you're grouping up enemies, just in case one of them gets away, just off screen or something like that. Oh man, we got another one here. I think we got this. Oh yeah, so now, bang, straight away, no stuffing around. Tony Montana, guns are blazing, you want to activate your vengeance and just move through this, blasting away, spamming your multi-shot. Now we just got to finish and kill all of the enemies there. Keep in mind to go through all of these little dark corners and make sure we uncover it. Because I'm telling you right now, I've had one enemy alive that's cost me the mastery achievement before. So don't go like too crazy moving around like a maniac. Like, you know, go crazy and keep spamming multi-shot, but also keep in mind to go around to all of these dark spots just in case. You got plenty of time. We've got enough movement speed increase. Got 1 minute to go. And we're here. This is pretty much the end. So it's been a great run. Boom! Congratulations. So primary objectives done. Completion tiers, tick, 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 tick. Just, you know, ticks all around. That is your mastery achievement. I've already done this, so I didn't get the achievement pop up then, but they're all ticks, so this is definitely your mastery achievement. All ticks there, your master achievement, done and dusted. Let me know how you go with this. Please give me a thumbs up and a comment down below if this was helpful to you, and let me know if you have a different strategy or if you want to, you know, just share any opinions or variations that you have. I'd be more than happy to hear it. But hey, if you haven't done this before, I think this is probably the easiest way possible. Good luck. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget, very importantly, your creepy uncle loves you all.